Well, good afternoon and welcome to Ainsley Park as Spartans FC Live is with you once again, and this time we've got Scottish Cup action for you. Yes, this is the second round, the second preliminary round. You know, there's so many teams involved in this now, we've expanded the size of this. Today, Spartans host East Kilbride, a team that we're very familiar with. Indeed, even when it comes to the Scottish Cup, in recent years, these teams have gone head-to-head a number of times. My name is Cameron Hobbs, joined here once again by Chris Pow. Good afternoon, Chris.
Great to be back, Cameron. Obviously, I've missed the last couple. You've had a few notable names on, so I'll do my best to obviously give people the best coverage possible with yourself.
Well, this is it. We've had Sky Sports and Charles Patterson. We've had STV with Jamie Borthwick. We've got the official catch-up with Chris Pow. Listen, you're up there in amongst that company for sure. So, coming into this one, Chris, this is a tough game, right? First and foremost, sides have already met this season. Obviously, Spartans losing away. East Kilbride in good form, but Spartans come into this on the back of 4 wins on the trot, which is what they want to do coming into a game like this.
Absolutely, and I mean it's different at K Park. History here, obviously, shows that it's going to be a close game.
And welcome to Ainsley Park for today's Premier League round 2 Scottish Cup match.
So we'll just let the Tannoy man get his introduction out of the way. Unfortunately, there isn't many people in the stand. Hopefully there's loads of you on the YouTube channel this afternoon. We're really disappointed, especially when it comes to Scottish Cup, that the fans aren't here. There's light at the end of the tunnel as the vaccines now are being administered across Scotland. There's a lot of pressure continuing on the Scottish Government to allow fans back into the grounds. Absolutely, we want to get people back here as soon as we can when it's good and safe to do so. Until then, we'll be here for every home game, making sure that you do not miss out on any part of the action. And today we've got Scottish Cup as well. This, you know, the Lowland League, of course, is absolutely where it matters. Now, for Spartans, up against teams like East Kilbride, who have invested, Kelty, who have invested, you know, there's a lot of top quality players, and when we get to the East Kilbride team, you'll see the experience in that lineup is unreal. The Scottish Cup, though, is different, and Spartans have shown over the year that on any given Saturday afternoon, any team can beat any team. So this is a great leveler today. It's a single game that will go to extra time and penalties if required. It's all to play for today.
Absolutely, Cameron, and like I was saying before the Tannoy game came on there, you know, we're at Ainsley Park, and history has shown that these games are always close no matter. I know there's a bit of a difference in terms of quality, I would say, because of the money that EK have invested in, similar to other teams in the league, but anything can happen, like you said, in the Scottish Cup. It's one of those things where you know, it's one-off game, as you said, and there can be shocks.
Yes, indeed, there can be shocks, but let's get straight into things then with your Spartans lineup today. So, in goal for Spartans is number 1, Matt Baines. Number 2 is Jamie Watson. Number 3, Scott Maxwell. Number 4, the captain, Adam Corbett. Number 18 is Michael Bolochevsky. Number 6 is Gregor Woods, of course, scored his first 2 goals for the club in midweek action. Number 7 is Blair Atkinson. Number 8 is Sam Jones. Number 9, the single change to the lineup from midweek, is John Grant, who comes in to replace Alan Brown. Number 10 is Scott McCrory Irvin, and number 11 is Archie Meekison, who finds himself in great recent form. It's a strong lineup this afternoon for Spartans, which is first and foremost what we wanted to see.
Yeah, I was hoping that Ian McFarlane would be back. I did hear that he's recovering well. It would have been good to see him at least on the bench, but unfortunately he's maybe not been recovered quick enough. But yeah, strong lineup, looks decent. I mean, Gregor Woods, as you mentioned, against Cumbernauld, scored an absolute belter of a goal, first couple, and I mean that'll give the guys a bit of confidence.
Spartans have been scoring goals, Chris, and I guess that's the one thing coming into what is a very, very strong East Kilbride team. The one element here, probably as strong as anything else, is the defence. You look across the lineup. So let's run through the East Kilbride team first of all. Connor Brennan, who of course played for Hibs in goals. You've got Lewis Kidd, who played for Falkirk. Tom Layton, who's on loan from Cove. Stephen Bell, Stephen O, very experienced in there. Cal Hutton, of course, an absolute wealth of experience. Started out at Rangers and played for numerous teams. Paul Woods, Anthony Brady, Craig Malcolm are long-time East Kilbride players. Chris Erskine, Partick Thistle and Dundee United, an absolute star in this team. And Darryl Healy as well. This is a star-studded East Kilbride team.
Absolutely. I mean, I know they've not played Paul Payton today, but to me, Chris Erskine's been probably the best player so far this season in the league. You know, Paul Payton is quality. They'll miss him today. I don't know if he's maybe picked up a knock or they're just maybe saving him for another time, but yeah, quality side, EK.
So the referee today is Mr. Paul Timmins. He will be assisted by Brian Christie and Alistair Leghorn as we are just about to get underway here at Ainsley Park in the Scottish Cup. Second preliminary round tie, easy for me to say, as the referee blows the whistle, and we are underway. East Kilbride immediately on the attack with the possession of the ball as well.
Blinking. Is that still alright, yeah?
Yep.
Alright.
Anthony Brady playing that one back to Stephen Old, who launches the ball forward. It's an early chance though here for Blair Atkinson, who's through, but the keeper does really well. Connor Brennan fast out. The ricochet falls to Spartans. Still though, good defensive play there, well read by East Kilbride, who are able to come out and break that one up. And Chris Erskine immediately draws a foul there from Scott Maxwell. Early opportunity there for Blair Atkinson, whose pace is definitely going to be a threat to East Kilbride this afternoon.
Absolutely. I mean, Connor Brennan had to come out really quickly there to get to that. But yeah, as you say, Blair Atkinson, a lot of pace and can certainly beat that line.
Opportunity for East Kilbride to launch this one forward. Darryl Healy up high as a free kick is awarded there for a foul on Archie Mukison. There's a lot of height in this East Kilbride attack as well. Obviously, Darryl Healy, tall player. Chris Erskine supporting in that number 10, almost playing in behind the two strikers, Malcolm and Healy. Also got a lot of height. That's something that, you know, the Spartans defence is going to have to remain on their toes this afternoon to deal with that threat.
Yeah, I mean, it's not something...
Early chance though here, sorry to interrupt, for Blair Atkinson, who steals it off the toes, cuts that ball back, but nobody there. And Anthony Brady is able to collect that one and clear things out. Again though, Atkinson causing trouble for the East Kilbride defence early on. Erskine though plays that ball outside to Lewis Kidd. Plays a neat ball back to Erskine. Reads that well. Good link-up play between the two. Maxwell goes out there to cover Erskine. Does well to get a toe on that, and it goes behind for a corner kick.
Lewis Kidd's another player that you need to watch. He's been fantastic for EK so far this season. But yeah, it's not something we've seen too much from East Kilbride with a 4-4-2. Darryl Healy's usually on the bench with Craig Malcolm up front on himself.
So will be Lewis Kidd to take this corner kick. Plays it in low to the front post. Half a foot on that one, and Archie Mukison does well to launch that one out. Goes out for a throw-in on the far side, just inside the East Kilbride half. This will be Stephen Old that will take this one. He looks to launch one down the lines. Indeed, looking for Healy. He couldn't quite get something on that, and Spartan's able to get the ball. Erskine does well to break that one up, and the loose ball forward is collected by East Kilbride at the back. As ever, the live chat is open here on Spartans FC Live on YouTube, so do share your thoughts. Keith Chalmers already been on. Come on, Spartans. Get into East Kilbride from the start. And Darryl Johnson saying, come on, the Spartan Army. As we said at the top of this, disappointed that the Spartan Army can't be here with us this afternoon. The Scottish Cup ties have long had great atmospheres. You know, there's been some brilliant results. You know, City Park obviously a long, steeped history in the Scottish Cup for Spartans. Ainsley Park has had some great ones as well. Victories over Clyde, Morton, probably the two that stick out as the absolute highlights. They'll be hoping to get another impressive win today and get into the first round proper.
Well, it was a 3-3 thriller, I believe, in the last Scottish Cup tie here against East Kilbride. I mean, I would take that, would you?
Absolutely. Chance here for Spartans to get away, but Scott McCrory Irvin immediately under pressure, though he does well to read that pass. Tries to play a ball to Atkinson, but it's well covered there by Tom Layton, who comes across and clears that one out.
Yeah, he covered Lewis Kidd there, certainly.
So it does look like East Kilbride sort of lining up in a 3-4-1-2 formation here. There's three players at the back. Lewis Kidd playing on the sort of right in midfield with Chris Erskine playing on his own in front of a midfield four. And as we talked about there, Craig Malcolm and Darryl Healy, the two strikers. Long ball launched into the box there, looking for Blair Atkinson, but Connor Brennan comes out to deal with that one. opportunity here for Lewis Kidd to play that forward. Looking for Chris Erskine. That's a great ball as Erskine gets onto the head of that. He cuts it across, finds Healy, who manages to get on it at the front post, and he loops the ball over the keeper into the far corner of the net to give East Kilbride a lead here in just the 6th minute of the game. Chris, that was quite easy for East Kilbride in the end. A great ball from Lewis Kidd, but great vision from Erskine. A brilliant run to the front post from Healy. That's exactly what they needed to do there.
A couple of names we obviously mentioned, but Lewis Kidd and Chris Erskine linking up, brilliant play. But too easy to be beaten like that. But low ball, it's not one that I don't think Darryl Healy will be used to. But well taken, and obviously East Kilbride lead early.
Yes, indeed. So it'll be a tough start for Spartans here, and now already find themselves that goal down. They'll need to try and get a foot on the ball and get into this game. As Bolo Cevecchi goes down under pressure there from Healy. No free kick awarded, and it will be a goal kick for Spartans.
Bolo's calm at the moment, I noticed, so we'll see how that progresses.
Now, of course, here on Spartans FC Live, we do, of course, have some away fans. So Willie Pettigrew's joined in with a Mon EK. We will read out those East Kilbride comments as well. We might be slightly biased, but, you know, we welcome everybody here. Well read there by Scott Maxwell. An opportunity now for Spartans to look for a ball. However, not the best one there by Sam Jones, as Blair Atkinson was trying to find space in the channels.
Spartans are looking like they're lacking a wee bit down this left side. I mean, Archie Meekinson's down the right, Blair Atkinson's sort of through the middle, but certainly there doesn't seem to be an attacking player down the left at the moment.
And it's absolutely East Kilbride that are winning this midfield battle at the moment, as that's a clever touch there from Kidd. Plays that forward to Healy, who draws the foul from the captain, Adam Corbett. This is going to be another opportunity for East Kilbride to get the ball into the box here.
Absolutely. I mean, big physical players, East Kilbride. They're dangerous from set plays. I would expect this to be right in there as well.
So it will be Anthony Brady that comes across to take this one. His left foot plays it swinging to the back post. However, Matt Baines does well to come out and collect that one.
Oh, he's played it too long there, and they've come again.
Yes, another opportunity for East Kilbride to attack. Driving to the line here, plays it back to Healy. Takes a touch, but it's deflected off of Corbett, I think it was, and it goes behind for a corner kick. It's a sloppy start by Spartans so far, who have not got themselves into this game yet, Chris.
That was very sloppy. They just didn't seem switched on there when Baines sort of threw it out, but you have to take your chances against East K, and you have to be solid to get anything from the game.
So it will be, I think this is the third corner kick now. I've lost count already. We're just into the 9th minute. But an opportunity for East Kilbride certainly to get the ball into the box again. It's played high, swinging in. Finds Leighton there, who tried to launch that one back across, but it's cleared by Spartans. Brady, the last man, launches that one back into the box as Erskine looks to get on the end of it, but John Grant does well.
That was very good communication there. That could have ended in a disaster with Erskine looming.
And a bit more composure shown there by Spartans, which is exactly what they need here. As Jamie Watson plays the ball forward, that finds Meekison, who is in space, plays it back to McCrory Irvin, who launches it forward looking for Jones, but that's well read by East Kilbride and cleared. John Grant then launches that one up in the air. Meekison plays it back to Maxwell. Spartans players looking to try and find space, but being well marked by East Kilbride at the moment. Meekison does well to flick that over though, and Maxwell driving, looking for options. There is one out on the right-hand side as Watson driving forward now. He launches one from distance, however, wide of the post, doesn't trouble Connor Brennan. However, a better passage of play from Spartans there.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, I don't think they're going to beat them with the balls, the high balls in the box, really. But it could be an interesting sort of going into the second half with Cammy Dawson on the bench.
So if you are just tuning in, East Kilbride opened the scoring in the 6th minute through Darrell Healy. As East Kilbride have started this game very strongly. Spartans, though, in the last couple of minutes, maybe perhaps getting themselves into it a little bit more. Certainly will be looking to get their foot on the ball and have some possession themselves, since East Kilbride been playing at pace and had a number of attacking opportunities so far. Jamie Watson, though, had a chance from distance that went just wide. Good play there by Bolachevecki, showing his experience, gets the ball back to his goalkeeper.
They just need to slow it down with the tempo at the moment. It's not panic stations, we're only 10 minutes into the game. Slow down the tempo, get more into it. EK are looking really good at the moment, but yeah, take control.
And it's another chance for East Kilbride as well, as that's a great ball there from Kidd, who sees Erskine, cuts inside onto his left foot, takes a shot, but that's well saved at the front post by Matt Baines. Chris Erskine already causing a lot of threat, stretching the Spartans' defence a number of times already.
He's to be honest with you, he's the best player I've seen in the Lowland League this season. I don't know if that's it's probably a big compliment. I've not seen all the teams, but certainly Chris Erskine for me has been a standout, not only for EK but certainly in the league as well.
Certainly, you look at the experience he's had with Dundee United and Partick Thistle, it's no surprise that he's thriving at the Lowland League level. East Kilbride certainly have an impressive amount of experience in their lineup today. Spartans still have been playing well, and that's a good bit of play there by Jamie Watson to read that one. And here's a chance for Atkinson driving forward, perhaps a chance to take a shot. It deflects off a defender, falls to Sam Jones, who's got a chance. He takes a shot, and the ball ricochets off. Well, right, I'm going to compose myself there because I was trying to read what was going on. Great strike there from Sam Jones. It was well saved. That ball could have gone anywhere. Thankfully for East Kilbride, it fell to one of their defenders. They were able to get it clear. Again, much better from Spartans.
It's interesting, obviously I mentioned about sort of lacking down the left here, but that way the chance came from the left with Sam Johns coming wide.
Great composure again from Adam Corbett, the captain at the back. Darrell Healy closing him down. Bolachevecki quite happy to take some time here and look for an option. Plays it forward, but it was Kyle Hutton, another player with a vast amount of experience who was across there breaking up play. Big strong push there from Corbett on Healy, unpunished by the referee. Corbett perhaps lucky to get away with that one.
Nothing wrong with that, mate. 50-50, shoulder to shoulder, if you will.
I'll go with that. I'm not trying to be too much of a homer. But chance here for Atkinson on the far side. He plays it low into the box. What a strike from Scott McCrory Irvin! Well, we've just been saying the Spartans have been coming into the game. We said that Blair Atkinson was going to be a threat. And that's a brilliant low ball that found Scott McCrory Irvin, who hit it first time and curled it into the back of the net. It's Spartans 1, East Kilbride 1.
What a finish, Cameron. Really good play into the box by Archie Meekinson. Scott McCrory Irvin, he's been good. The last few games he's been getting more involved, certainly with goal scoring as well as assists.
Well, that's exactly what Spartans needed. For the first 8 minutes or so, it'd been all East Kilbride. Since then, Spartans have been coming into the game. Blair Atkinson's pace has been threatening the East Kilbride defenders. They had a couple of chances. Had one from distance from Jamie Watson. Sam Jones had one that was saved by Conor Brennan. But Scott McCrory Irvin put that exactly where the keeper couldn't get it. And that's a brilliant equaliser from Spartans.
Similar with two goals, two low balls in. I'm sure the EK defence will be a bit disappointed at that, similar with the Spartans defence with the EK goal. And keepers don't like get beaten at their near post, do they?
No, they do not indeed. But a chance here as well. And good hands there as a deflected shot by Paul Woods it was that skimmed across the surface there, but Matt Baines did well to get down and collect that one. And absolutely, it's game on here at Ainsley Park. Great play there from Watson to Jones, who does well to control it. cries of shape from East Kilbride defenders there. As Mikason gets a chance here to be launched by Maxwell. That's a great ball. Mikason launches that across. A couple players in the box, but East Kilbride defender does really well. Mikason, though, is going to get another opportunity of this one. He plays it low, looking for Woods. Woods plays a lovely ball for Blair Atkinson, who cuts back. However, the flag goes up on the far side there. There was a real chance there from Atkinson to try and get a shot on goal. Assistant on the far side raises his flag, though, and that's offside. But again, great vision, great attack and play from Spartans.
That's good, really good. And people probably know that I've been very high of my praise for Archie Meakinson. I think he's been brilliant so far for Spartans on loan from Dundee United.
Ball in the air there, adjudged to have come off Corbett, and that will be a throw-in for East Kilbride. So do remember, if you're watching on YouTube, you can use the live chat to share your thoughts, give us your feedback on the stream. This is our first Scottish Cup tie that we're doing live, Chris, so this is a first for us as well.
Yeah, we've got to actually thank the SFA and for allowing us to stream. I mean, there was sort of confusion during the week of whether we'd be allowed or not, but thanks to the Scottish Cup, the sponsors or whoever made the decision, really, that they were allowed to do this. Absolutely.
I think it was it Tuesday we'd been informed that we were not going to be allowed to do a stream due to the rules of the competition and the rights, but some great forward thinking by the SFA has allowed us to give you this live stream, and with fans not able to attend, it feels like absolutely the right decision. It's right for the fans, it's right for the football, and that's great to see that there's going to be a number of games streamed across the board. Keith Chalmers is putting a comment there saying, he wants to applaud Spartans for not charging to watch games unlike some other teams. It's not about what other teams do for us, but certainly we are very focused on making sure that all these games at Ainsley Park are available to watch, and available to watch for free. Of course, we will be giving a shout out later on to tell you how you can donate if you'd like to. The clubs need all the income that they can get at what is a difficult time for everybody. But if you want to help the club out, there's a number of ways to do so through our donate ticket incentive, which we'll give details about later on. You can get information about that on the Spartans website and on social media channels as well.
And not to knock EK, but it's good to see them live, because EK fans only have highlights at the moment.
There's a chance here for East Kilbride, but that didn't quite work out for Healy as Gregor Woods comes out. Woods plays that ball forward, looking for Mikason, however not quite where his attacker was. East Kilbride able to mop up. This game absolutely end to end at the moment. Kidd plays that one inside for Paul Woods. His shot is blocked. A nice play there from McCrory Irvin to Sam Jones. Turns inside.
Good chance here.
And a chance here for Atkinson. Takes it onto his left foot. Skips from left to right, however, just slightly heavy on his touch there. And the ball runs all the way through to Connor Brennan in the East Kilbride goal. But again, another opportunity there for Blair Atkinson to get the ball at his feet and drive at the defender. Exactly what he likes doing.
I thought we were going to see something magic there from Blair Atkinson there with the dribble, but
so a couple of comments here as well. Charles Petty, bit late tuning in, but timed it right to see the equaliser among the Spartans. Andy Stevenson, of course, father of Craig Stevenson, Grinchy, who Penny Cook athletic player, but was a huge player here at Spartans. So great to have Andy watching with us today. He says, getting Scotty boy. And then noticed an East Kilbride fan from Northern Ireland who's watching in, questioning the defensive capability recently of his East Kilbride side.
Big fan of Grinchy myself, to be honest.
I have to point this out to you as well, Chris, Claire Stevens be on to say that East Kilbride do have live games. Apparently. So yeah. I've not seen their live streams.
I stand corrected then. I don't believe I've seen any for the Lone League.
They do have last week.
Okay. So maybe a
addition. But a great recent addition. Absolutely great to see all the clubs pretty much putting something out there in some shape or form. you know, many of the teams perhaps don't have the setup or the facilities to be able to do live streams. You know, you need a strong internet signal. Places like Dalbeattie traditionally, it's been a struggle to get internet signal down there.
Yeah.
So, you know, great to see clubs where they can putting the games on.
That's great news, actually. Although I have been enjoying the EK highlights, I've managed to see them a few times. I'm not sure who does the...
Chance here for Jones from range, and that pings off the outside of the post. Great opportunity for Spartans there, and Sam Jones hit that beautifully with his right foot. However, just hits the outside of the post and goes behind for a goal kick.
There's a wee bit of a difference in some of these players over the last few games. I think their confidence is right up. The guys like Scott McCrory-Irvine, Sam Jones, Gregor Woods, who obviously scored 2 against Cumbernauld Colts. So
John Grant in midfield there, battling for that one. That was Brady that was closing down Scott Maxwell there. Cross ball there, looking for Jamie Watson. Spartans look to attack once again. Couple of shouts there, as a free kick is awarded there to Spartans. Sorry, with a brief interlude there as we try to adjust we had some camera issues on the battery. We thought we were going to lose signal. You don't want that, because I'm just going to have to describe even more of what's going on. Tight play there from Maxwell. Bolo's lovely touch from Bolo, who's making his way back to his own goal. Just on the outside of his foot. Again, great experience there. But that's good defensive play, to be fair, from Tom Layton, who's big and strong there. Ball looked as though it was going to go out for a corner kick, but the on-loan defender from Cove Rangers did very well. Brady now. Erskine. Erskine once again right in the mix of everything here as he draws the foul from John Grant.
A few dodgy shouts there.
A few shouts for a yellow card from these Kilbride fans to our left there, but
to be fair, John Grant did kick the ball away as well there. So
ball forward looking for Meekison. Stephen Old comes across and ends up having to hook that one out for a throw-in. Pace and threat of Atkinson and Meekison at the moment. An interesting one for what's a very tall defensive line for East Kilbride.
yeah,
the pace of Atkinson and Meekison is perhaps the area that they can do the most damage.
Yeah, they're threatening to anyone in terms of their pace. I think the interesting thing that I've spotted, I think Chris Erskine's actually moved to more of a central role with Daryl Healy coming out to the right for East Kilbride. So a bit of a tactical battle at the moment with both managers.
But the ball goes behind and it will be a corner kick here for Spartans now. An opportunity for Scott Maxwell to get this one into the box.
He's came into this game really well over the last few minutes, Scott Maxwell.
Yes, he's been playing very well at the left back position, Maxwell, and a real threat down his left hand side. Can he be a threat from this corner kick? He launches the ball high towards the back post. Bolchevicki's there. Oh, plays it into Scott McCrory-Irvine, however. Gets his foot just under the ball and lifts it over the bar. But that's a great opportunity. A good worked corner kick there as well from Spartans. Bolchevicki getting to the back post. Played perfectly by Maxwell. Found McCrory-Irvine exactly what he wanted. Unfortunately, McCrory-Irvine couldn't quite get the connection he wanted on that ball.
That was another excellent chance for Spartans. They're really sort of coming into it more, but still, obviously, EK are still dangerous, but we're kind of seeing that the game calm down a wee bit more.
Comment there that my microphone's gone a little bit quiet, so I've turned that up there, but hopefully that's a little bit better. And Lorraine McClellan's been in touch as well. She's trying to watch the game in Canada. Her nephew's Gregor Woods. They want to watch it on YouTube on their TV. Can't get it to work, so they're watching it on the tablet. Go Spartans. Keep trying it on the telly. We're even better in 55-inch.
Just talking about Gregor Woods earlier, scored his first 2 goals for Spartans against Cameron Colts, and was really great on loan last season. So it's good to obviously see him come back to Ainsley Park for this one.
It's East Kilbride that are passing it around. Erskine immediately under pressure there, and that's big, strong midfield play from John Grant. Opportunity now for Meekison, plays it forward for Atkinson. Sam Jones bombing his way into the box at the back post. Atkinson plays it off the first defender, though, and that goes out for another corner kick to Spartans.
Very interesting midfield battle at the moment between John Grant and, well, I guess the whole AK team.
But Scott Maxwell making his way over once again. Played a high looping ball to the back post to the last corner kick. I wonder if we'll see something similar here. Number of Spartans players in the box. Archie Meekison standing on the edge and Sam Jones just sitting a little bit deeper. This one played more centrally. Corbett was up high, however, just over his head, and it's cleared by the East Kilbride defence. Another chance though for Maxwell to try and get this ball into the box.
Bolo's still in the box here.
Yeah, Bolo staying forward. And in the end, it's Jamie Watson does very well to play that one back. Chris Erskine threatening. And the ball launched forward by Baines. East Kilbride now patient in their build-up play. Playing a ball right across the field, which will allow Tom Layton space on this right-hand side to drive forward. He's looking for options. Plays it inside to his centre half. Takes a heavy touch, which allows Atkinson the chance to close that one down. However, wasn't quite able to get something onto that. That wasn't quite read by Jamie Watson, and a chance here now for East Kilbride to drive forward into the box. Tried to cross that in, but Corbett did well to get his head onto that one. And great experience play once again by Bolchevecki, who takes that one away. Atkinson tried to rise up and get onto that, however, couldn't quite get something on it. The ball makes its way all the way back to the East Kilbride keeper. And again, Chris, this game has been played at a pretty frantic pace throughout.
Absolutely end to end at the moment. And great skill by Bolo there. I don't think we're used to seeing that too much from him.
Lewis Kidd now with a cut back, and there was a great opportunity there for Craig Malcolm. He couldn't quite get the contact on it he wanted, and the ball goes all the way across to the front of the goal. That was absolutely begging for an East Kilbride player to be on the end of that one. Really dangerous for the Spartans defence.
It was almost identical to the first goal that EK scored. It's something they need to watch. They sort of sit deep, Spartans, when EK are coming out on the right here with Lewis Kidd, but danger of that is obviously it can take a deflection and go anywhere if you're a lot of players in the box when the balls are going in low like that.
Meekison does well to cut that one back and tries to play into Atkinson. Chance there for McCrory Irvin, who plays the ball. Atkinson took his run just ever so slightly early as the East Kilbride line stepped up. And the offside flag goes up on the far side. As we approach the half-hour mark, it was Darryl Healy that opened the scoring in the 5th minute with a strike from just 2 yards out at the front post. Then a wonderful equaliser from Scott McCrory Irvin, who curled home a low cross from Blair Atkinson, is the 2 goals that we've had here this afternoon. Since then, it's been quite an even game. Both teams had chances. East Kilbride now with one as they try and get themselves into the box, but that's really good defensive play there from Jamie Watson, who manages to hit the ball off the East Kilbride player. It goes out for a goal kick.
Yeah, excellent play. I think they're going to try that, getting the balls in the box every time. It's working for, I guess, both teams at the moment. So.
I guess the one benefit you get of watching this on YouTube as well is you don't have to sit here in the freezing cold of Ainsley Park. The temperature's definitely starting to drop. Goal kick goes straight out for a throw-in. There was a brief moment of mild panic as that ball headed in our general direction, but thankfully didn't make it past the first row seats.
We've had one this season already that we've had to conduct.
Lovely link-up play here from East Kilbride. That was a pass that was looking for Kidd, but Maxwell did well to read that one and come across. Launches the ball forward, though, and East Kilbride able to put it back in again. Bouncing ball, which is well read by Kidd. Well read by Kidd, who then gets penalised for pulling down Maxwell there. They didn't look an awful lot in that one.
No, sure. to be fair to East Kilbride, it didn't look like there was a lot in that one. This kid is causing problems. From what I've seen of him, I've been really impressed. Similar to Chris Erskine, so he's certainly getting a wee bit of freedom at this side. But Scott Maxwell's done excellent to sort of keep him at bay, if you will.
Second ball there, won by Kidd. The Spartans stay on that. Scott McCrory-Irvine now takes it down, takes a shot. Wonderful strike from range, just too high and flies over the bar. But McCrory-Irvine did really well to take that down, make space for himself, and just saw the goal and took his shot.
I'm actually surprised that they let him shoot. Really, at that point, the space did open and there was defenders in front of him, but they just let him shoot.
Threaded ball there from Brady. Really good pass there as East Kilbride looking for another opportunity. Lovely crossfield pass for Kids, who tried to take that past Maxwell. It was well read by the Spartans defender though. He plays that inside. Oh, but that's slack by Spartans and half cleared. However, there's another chance here for Woods. This threat not over. Kyle Hutton now with a chance. Lifts his head, finds Erskine. Looks to try and create an opportunity. Healy there tries to get something on it. However, Spartans in the end able to get that one clear. And Mikason does well to take that down. An opportunity here now for Spartans to attack as Atkinson touches the ball off the feet of the defender, Stephen Auld, and it goes out for a throw into Spartans. But that was a really dangerous passage of play there by East Kilbride. And Spartans did well, though, to stay strong and hold them back.
Yeah, I was actually watching the lino more than what was happening there, because I think Craig Malcolm was straying off there, but yeah, very dangerous EK.
Lewis Kidd now driving through the centre of midfield. It's East Kilbride on the attack once again. The visitors having a good passage of play here, and there's Healy at the back post, completely unmarked, but he'd strayed offside as the assistant flag goes up here.
Curse to the commentator after I just mentioned about the lino there.
Breaking news from Canada is Lorraine's managed to get it on her TV, which I have predicted perfectly is a 55-inch one, so great news. All the best TVs are 55 inches, I reckon, or bigger.
Oh.
Ball goes out for a throw in there. As Mikason takes a touch to Scott McCrory-Irvine, who tries to control that. However, a bit of contact there from Anthony Brady. That'll be a free kick for Spartans. Another opportunity here for Maxwell to play this ball forward, perhaps get it into the box. Though Sam Jones here giving him an option to his side.
They just switched off there a wee bit, EK. And it just takes one moment like that to have a chance.
A low free kick there by Maxwell, not the best. And that's going to give East Kilbride the opportunity to attack. Jamie Watson launches that ball up in the air. Under pressure from Craig Malcolm, who does well. That ball doesn't go out. Bolchevicki in the end takes a touch and puts it out of play. Ball played back and long for Leighton, but under pressure from Mikason. Leighton does well to lift it over his head, though, and plays it back to his goalkeeper. Big, strong defensive play there from Corbett, who goes in and lifts that ball over and creates an opportunity for him. However, yes, that's a centre-half's touch on the left wing there.
Yeah,
great first play from Corbett, though, to take that ball past his man.
Yeah, just took an unfortunate bounce off his knee there. I couldn't quite control it. It's an interesting period of the game.
David Wilson telling us that he's watching on his telly in Massachusetts. I tell you, we're international today here at Spartans FC Live. Absolutely delighted to have you all joining us here.
You can't argue with free football anywhere in the world, can you?
And I've been pointed out by Willie Pettigrew that it's Anton Brady, not Anthony Brady. But it's Chris Erskine that we need to be talking about, because it's him that's got the opportunity. Maxwell does well, though, to take that round his man. Plays that for Mikason, but Leighton does well.
To be fair, it's under his sort of Christian
his
name.
Sunday name.
Yeah. But yeah, it is, of course, Anton Brady.
Anthony on the team sheet, Anton in your hearts, and that's what matters for the East Kilbride fans, eh? Lewis Kidd with the cross, that one hits Maxwell, goes behind for a corner kick. So under 10 minutes now till half-time. This has been a really entertaining Scottish Cup game here. Both teams have had periods of dominance. Both teams have had a lot of possession. Both teams have had a number of chances. It's East Kilbride that have got this slight edge on the momentum at the moment. They'll be hoping that they can find themselves back in front before the break.
They've got a really good chance from this corner.
Number of bodies in the box. Swung in high to the back post. However, can't find anybody. It was Healy at the back post. He couldn't get anything onto that, and it goes behind for a goal kick.
Yeah, it's been a really entertaining game, Cameron. I'm actually surprised at the pace of it. Considering some of the age of the EK players, for example. So I wonder if this will affect them later on in terms of tiring out. We might see more changes coming into the second period, like we always do, obviously. But I think there was questions asked really of whether EK might sort of have one eye on the league more than the Scottish Cup. But apart from Paul Payton missing, their full team basically. So.
Yes, indeed. The Lowland League, absolutely the number one target for East Kilbride, and they are indeed one of the favourites for it this year. And with this impressive squad that they've got, they will absolutely be in contention for that. Of course, the Scottish Cup, a long history. It's a great place for teams to earn income. And we talked about earlier on that during this COVID time, there isn't an awful lot of income at the moment. So perhaps, whilst they have one eye on the league, there certainly will remain an eye on the Scottish Cup. That's a great ball from Mikason, who's released Atkinson, but he can't quite get anything onto that, although it ends up troubling Connor Brennan, who has to remain sharp. He gets his hands onto that one. Wasn't the contact that Atkinson was looking for that one, though.
That was one of the strangest shots I've ever seen. I thought it was going to be well over, but...
Lewis Kidd with acres of space out on this right-hand side. Time to lift that ball into the box. Finds Healy, who does really well with a scissors kick. However, it flashes just wide off the far post.
He's already scored one this season against Stirling Uni, a bicycle kick. I thought he was going to go for a spectacular once again.
That ball goes out for a throw-in to East Kilbride. Just 5 minutes left of normal time in this first half. Both sides will be hoping that they can find an opportunity to try and take the lead going into the break. John Grant using his experience there to use his body to shield off Lewis Kidd. The ball goes out for a throw-in. That's strong play there by Atkinson to hold his body up, but Tom Layton does well to stick a foot in, although it goes out for another throw-in to Spartans.
Scotty Maxwell gave Lewis Kidd a wee bit of a dirty look there, I think, for kicking out. It's been quite a battle actually between Scott Maxwell and Lewis Kidd down this side.
Yeah, there's been a number of entertaining battles right across the field. But it is East Kilbride with the opportunity to attack through. Paul Woods on that far side. He plays it into Erskine, who the touch didn't quite work out for him, and John Grant did really well to get in there and take it off his toes. Jamie Watson played a loose pass there. McCrory Irvin coming back to try and get onto that again. Brady plays it back to Layton. Hutton distributes this ball out wide to Kidd. Cuts inside for Erskine, links up with Kidd. And there's a chance for Brady. He takes a shot, however. Opened his foot up just a little bit too much there with the left foot shot, and that ball was always sailing just wide of the far post.
That was an excellent chance. From the angle that we've got here, it looked like it could have easily been on target, but he's just, I think he just hit it. The outside more than he probably wanted to there.
But absolutely, you touched on Lewis Kidd. The link up between him and Erskine has definitely been a major source of threat for East Kilbride this afternoon, and that's one that Spartans are going to have to watch certainly in the second half.
We talked about obviously the impact that the missing Ian McFarlane most of the season. I think he's only played the first 2 games, and we kind of hoped they would be back. But I've been really impressed with John Grant. He's kind of done the job of Subo that he would do.
The dirty work in
the
midfield.
dirty work, yeah, basically.
The Lewis Kidd, another ball flash into the box, so this one directly to Matt Baines, who's able to hold that one. Of course, a wet morning here in Edinburgh, so the park has been fast-paced itself, like the game. John Grant comes in there, and unfortunately I think the sound of the contact gave that one away.
I think it's just the talking to at the moment.
Another cry for a card from the East Kilbride fans, pointing out that it is the time of year for it.
Can't complain about that part. That was good.
So a minute and a half left of this first half. Chance for East Kilbride. Well read though by the Spartans defence, but Brady does well to come in and get that one, and still an opportunity here as Brady once again in possession on this side. Looks for a cross into the box, ends up having to play that one back. Hutton goes all the way back, and Atkinson does really well to block that one off of Layton, but this ball's still in play. Layton and Atkinson fight over this one, however in the end Atkinson tries to get into that one. Layton cuts across, lifts his hands, and now the referee's going to have to sort this one out, because and actually the referee's going to go to his book here. The yellow card shown to Atkinson, and the yellow card shown to Layton as well.
To be honest, that should never be a yellow card to Blair Atkinson. I mean, he's done nothing wrong there, and Tom Layton's reacted, so if anything it should just be a yellow card for Tom Layton.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it was a definite foul there. The referee's blown for it, but Layton unnecessarily raising his hands, raising both hands and pushing Atkinson in the chest. And to be honest, Layton can probably thank himself that's not more severe than a yellow card, because you just can't show that hot-headedness in a situation like that. An inconsequential free kick given for not very much at all. So,
yeah, I'm really shocked at that. Blair, they've both obviously been in a fight there, but that should not be a yellow card for Blair Atkinson. He's not even reacted to what's happened there. If it was a yellow card for the initial foul, fair enough, but come on, the Lions just pushed him there.
I guess the only thing that we don't know is perhaps Blair said something.
Yeah,
it's the only thing that we couldn't have picked up on there, but it certainly would seem really harsh for a yellow card. And for Leighton to be so obvious about a two-handed push on a player and raising his hands like that could have been a red card.
Maybe he's nicked him while going over him while he went down there as well. But to me, there was just nothing in that, you know. But that's football nowadays, isn't it?
Indeed, and do you know what? It's not really been a tetchy first half. We obviously saw the foul there, John Grant giving it away on Brady. That really the first one of any real contact. The real second foul of the game has resulted in 2 yellow cards.
Actually, apart from maybe that, I think the ref's actually been no complaints so far. I better not say that because I'll end up becoming worse in the second half.
Indeed, the referee blows the half-time whistle. An entertaining first half here in this second round preliminary Scottish Cup tie between Spartans and East Kilbride. It was Darryl Healy that opened the scoring in just the 5th minute. A low cross from Chris Erskine, who's been a danger throughout this first half, gave the visitors the lead. However, Scott McCrory Irvine with a wonderfully curled equaliser in the 13th minute. It was Blair Atkinson that took it past his man on the far side at the byline. He cut the ball back to find McCrory Irvine in acres of space, and he curled it into the net. Both teams have had chances at either ends. Both keepers have made saves. This has been a highly entertaining Scottish Cup tie, Chris.
Can't argue with that, Cameron. It's been end to end. Both teams having their chances, like you say. I'm just looking forward to the second half now. It'll be interesting. We'll see if there is more sort of 50-50s and heated moments. I noticed it's not when I noticed that Bolo was speaking to the ref there before he walked off the pitch. So you look at Spartans versus East Kilbride. It's it's one of the ties of the round in the Scottish Cup and Lowland League rivals as well. So
I think I turned the microphones off there. We're going to go and get ourselves a well-earned cup of coffee, enjoy the halftime break, and we'll be back for the second 45 minutes. As a reminder, of course, this year there is no replays in the Scottish Cup. Excuse me, it will be one and done, so this game will go to extra time and penalties if it's required. We'll see you back here on Spartans FC Live in about 10 minutes' time. So welcome back to Ainsley Park, although if you've been sitting watching all the time, thank you for hanging about. We're back as the players make their way out for the second half here in the Scottish Cup, second preliminary round tie between Spartans and East Kilbride. If you're just tuning in, then you missed Darrell Healy giving the visitors the lead in the 5th minute as East Kilbride came out the traps and were dominant in the first 10 minutes. But Scott McCrory-Irvine got Spartans level in the 13th minute. Blair Atkinson did really well on the far side up against the byline to take it past his man, play a low cross into the box that found McCrory-Irvine pretty much on the penalty spot. He controlled it first time and curled a beautiful ball into the back of the net. After that, both teams had chances. There's been spells where both teams have been on top. However, no one else was able to find the back of the net, and it is a tie as we kick off things for this second 45 minutes. Chris, this could be, if it's any bit as entertaining as the first half, we're shaping up for a thrilling second 45.
Yeah, I was very, very entertained that first half. Hopefully everyone at home was as well. But yeah, you're right. If it's played with the same momentum, same sort of vigour as it has been by both teams, then we're certainly in for another entertaining half of football. And as you mentioned previously, there is no replays, so we will have a winner today, either through extra time or penalties if it gets to that. So even more exciting, I guess.
Maxwell McCrory-Irvine linking up there early as Atkinson finds Meekison, tried to play that back, although Meekison does well to get onto the second ball as McCrory-Irvine now with a chance plays that one back. And that was a poor ball there by Watson, which has given Erskine the opportunity to drive forward. However, him and Healy were not quite on the same wavelength. And Chris, it's cold here at Ainsley Park. The temperature definitely dropped as the sun's disappeared away behind the horizon. It might take a minute or two to get these players warmed up again.
Yeah, it's like
it'll take a few minutes for us to get warmed up again.
Yeah, I took a coffee, like I was saying. I don't usually eat or drink at football, but yeah, a hot coffee, a hot drink is good, especially when it gets cold like these. You almost forget we're in December as well. I've probably been to colder games in December, to be fair.
Absolutely. Yeah, we will get colder, let's be honest. I half anticipate that the January games we covered, the commentary will be put across through the muffled noises of a balaclava.
Demand a heater. Yeah, I think it's interesting with football, as you mentioned. Obviously, the players have to warm up, but sometimes you do feel like, you wish you could just run out there with them, mate, when you get that cold.
There's a long ball there that was a chance for East Kilbride, but now Spartans with the chance to attack. Oh, and that's there's a book in there, and indeed that looks as though this is going to be a red card. Indeed, just 2 minutes into the second half there, and we talked about this earlier, that it was a moment of hot-headedness from Tom Layton. He's booked there for a foul as he prevented a breakaway play there. The referee didn't hesitate, and East Kilbride down to 10 men.
It's an interesting one with Tom Layton, because I do believe he's naturally a left back, and I think he's been playing sort of centre, on the right, and I think he's been played out of position. I think he's struggled a lot today. I don't know if that's not where he normally plays for East Kilbride, but certainly, as far as I'm aware, he is a left back. So maybe that's been a factor that he's been played out of position.
Well, quite the start, and here's a chance now for Atkinson, who couldn't quite get the control he wanted on that one. However, he drives on Brennan, but first didn't make quite the catch he wanted there. And what a start to the second half. Well, like I say, we talked about this at the time, Chris. We talked about the fact that it was a moment of hot-headedness right at the end of the first half as Layton was fouled by Atkinson. Oh, there's a ball here, though. The flag's gone up. The flag's gone up against McCrory-Irvine. However, it was Meekison that got onto that one. Meekison remonstrating with the assistant referee. It's all kicking off here.
I tell you what, that was close. That was very close from what I was looking at anyway.
Wow. Right, let's take a moment to just recompose here. So we were chatting about Tom Layton obviously raising his hands to Blair Atkinson. What was a bit of an innocuous free kick? He drew himself a yellow card for that one. 2 minutes into the second half, and he's put his team right under pressure immediately, as East Kilbride will have to play the remainder of this game with 10 men.
The thing about football, though, sometimes it's easier or harder if you're the team with 11 to play against 10 men. Depends how structured they go. At the moment, they're kind of about all over the place. It looks like Craig Malcolm's playing in centre mid there, so I'm not actually sure what it will be like for East Kilbride. Certainly, Spartans are well on top at the moment.
Well, we saw it time and time again, and actually, Spartans, when we played Stirling University earlier in the season, we covered that game. I think it was the first game we did together here on Spartans FC Live.
Yep.
Spartans actually played better with 10 men against Stirling Union than they did with 11. So, absolutely, these things sometimes don't have the effect you expect. And this East Kilbride team has certainly got the experience and talent to mean that there's no two ways that this is going to change the game in a massive way. But certainly gives Spartans an early boost in the second half. Woods now tried to play that ball through. Comes to him again. Does it again. Chance here, plays back to Woods. He takes a shot. It ricochets round to Mikason. He can't quite control it. And the ball goes out for a goal kick. Actually, it looks as though the flag was up there for was it offside? Another chance, though, for Spartans.
One factor we mentioned actually a wee bit earlier is the fact that EK have an older side. So, I mean, if they're having to run about more, I see obviously I mentioned Craig Malcolm's there in the middle. So if they're running about more, they could tire, and it could be a advantage for Spartans with players like Archie Meekinson, Joe Tate as well on the bench.
Well, it's certainly opened things up in the start of the second half, as that is going to be a free kick for East Kilbride, and what is a dangerous position. And this will be an opportunity for them to get the ball into the box. So, East Kilbride just waiting here for the referee to blow his whistle. It looks like it's Lewis Kidd that's standing over for this one. He lifts that ball in that was looking for the run.
It looked like some sort of routine there. I don't know quite know what was going there.
Oh, Matt Baines comes out there and does very well to punch that one clear.
It's interesting that Stephen Aitken's not made any changes since the sending off. It looks like Darryl Healy's up top himself, with Craig Malcolm going into the sort of centre attacking mid role, I guess.
Well, East Kilbride playing it back now. Stephen Bell plays it to Hutton, who's now played the ball out wide. Slip there in midfield by McCrory. Irvin allows Woods to drive forward as Hutton now plays that one in. Oh. Erskine does really well to get that ball to Healy. Bolo does really well to cut that one and clear it, but there's still a chance here as Paul Woods now in possession inside the box, looking for an opportunity. Playing with the ball at his feet, tries to flick that one, however, doesn't quite come off. Maxwell goes down and Sam Jones has to go over and clear that one up.
That was brilliant from Bolo there to get in front of his man. That was a dangerous attack from EK there, but they're still with the ball, and Anton Brady is over this side looking for it.
Well, there might be a man down to start the second half, but East Kilbride certainly don't look any worse for it as they are continuing to drive forward here. It's Brady on this left-hand side. Plays that one to Erskine, who tries to take on his man, but that's good play there by Watson. He blocks that one off as Erskine tried to put it between his legs. And that's a lovely ball there for Mikason, who takes it past his man. Drives to the byline, looks for an opportunity to play it in low, which he does. Goes all the way to the back. Atkinson was there and Jones was there, but couldn't quite land to either of them. Jones now plays that back to John Grant, who sees Watson and Mikason on this far side, launches the ball over. Meekison rises high, however it comes off the wrong side of his head and it goes out for a goal kick.
I don't want this turning into the Archie Meekinson fan cast, but he's doing really well.
I've got absolutely no issues with you turning this into the Archie Meekinson fancast. Just going to say that right now. East Kilbride now looking for options. Spartans working hard midfield to close things down, but that's lovely link-up play there, and that's Malcolm that's got the opportunity to drive forward. He plays it to Hutton as they go to the wings once again. Hutton still in possession, however, McCrory Irvine gets his foot onto that one. It goes out for a throw-in to the visitors. Lovely link-up play there by East Kilbride as the ball comes into the box, flashes through. A couple of people had an opportunity to get something on it. It's launched forward looking for Meekison. However, East Kilbride do well to mop that one up at the back. Brady now takes control, chance to drive that one forward. Plays it to Erskine, who's made space out on the left, cuts that ball across. However, Corbett does well to read that one. Comes across, collects it. However, his clearance is intercepted slightly there by Healy. Barnes trying to get this ball clear, still not able to do so. Hutton using his height there.
Good running from Chris Erskine there, really good running.
Corbett up highest. Grant flicks it on, but it's going to land at the feet of Hutton, who plays that out to Brady. Lifts a ball into the box looking for Erskine, but the flag goes up on the far side for offside, and that's a free kick to Spartans. East Kilbride don't look any worse the wear for going down to 10 men so far, Chris.
Not at the moment, but I think legs will come. I think legs will play a part in it. When we get into the sort of last sort of 15 minutes of the game, I'll be interested to see what Stephen Aitken does, if he is going to change anything, because at the moment they're still in it basically.
Very much still in this. Of course, Spartans 1, East Kilbride 1, as we are just over 55 minutes into this game. Darrell Healy with the opener, if you weren't watching in the first half after 5 minutes. Scott McCrory Irvine with the equaliser in the 13th. Tom Layton sent off for a second yellow card just 2 minutes into the second half. Means that East Kilbride will be playing the remainder of this game with 10 men. However, as we were just talking about there, so far have not looked like they've been overly impacted by the loss of the extra man. Spartans trying to get their foot back on this ball though and get themselves into this game. It's very similar to how the first half started. East Kilbride were very much on top in that one as well.
I'm not actually sure how this is going to go at the moment. The pace has sort of died down a wee bit after EK had the initial sort of chances. This will actually suit EK if it slows down with less man. I think Spartans really need to up the energy a wee bit more. But it's a tactical game at the moment, I think.
An opportunity here for Erskine to get through, but Corbett does really well. And then Watson does really well to just get his toe onto that as Erskine was looking to attack. Brady then tries to get the ball cut back, but Watson reads it really well. It goes out for a throw-in to East Kilbride. The visitors look dangerous once again. There's Paul Woods now in possession. Inside to Hutton. Ball launched forward there, brought down by Healy. Spartans at the moment quite happy to stand off and allow East Kilbride to play. Baines does well to catch that, and it looks like Spartans will now hit on the counter as Atkinson up against Hutton, cuts inside. Did well to control that after the ball took a funny touch, and Grant plays it to Woods, plays it outside to Watson. Whips the ball into the box towards the back post. Falls to McCrory Irvine, who plays that back to Maxwell. He's going to take a chance to strike here. Ball came back to Sam Jones, just trying to figure out who that was. He lifts that one high and wide, a wild shot in the end.
It would have been good for Murrayfield, that one, to say the least. But hard to judge at the moment, really, between the two sides.
So, East Kilbride with the goal kick as we approach the hour mark here. Gregor Woods launches that one forward over his head. Scott McCrory Irvin hits off his back. And plays that one to Maxwell as Sparks now look to drive forward. Plays a neat ball into the channel for Mikkelsen there. Atkinson in the middle of the box. He plays the ball in. Very well done by Stephen Old, who was able to just get something on that and flick it up. And in the end, Connor Brennan comes out to collect that ball well. But that was a great bit of play again by Mikkelsen. Lovely ball into the box, and Blair Atkinson was there, waiting there. Was in the middle there, waiting. Easy for me to say.
That's where we keep saying it, obviously, but that's where you would have loved Cammy Dawson in there. But Blair, tell you what, Blair's had a lot of fight in him this game. The good to sort of fight, I should say. But yeah, really been impressed with Blair Atkinson so far. But one for Dougie, does he switch it? Does he bring Cammy on really to go up against the sort of physical defenders of the UK later in the game, or does he sort of stick with Blair Atkinson? It's an interesting one.
Yeah, certainly a number of options for Dougie Samuel on the Spartans bench today. Daniel Bauer, Keir Russell, and Mikey Allen, all defensive opportunities. Joe Tate, Cammy Dawson, Aaron Murrow give opportunity up front. But here's a chance for McCrory Irvin. That ball just slightly behind him. He couldn't quite control it. Though the clearance has only come to Maxwell, who hits that hard and slaps off somebody. I tell you what, when it's as cold as this, that one's going to sting.
Almost forgot about Aaron Murrow as well, to be honest. But I'd like to see Joe Tate in this game. He's one of the younger players, but I think when he's came on, he's shown a wee bit of energy. He's technically very good, but the change at the moment is happening for EK.
Indeed, and it is Paul Woods that is going off.
Trying to work that one out.
And as soon as we figure out who's come on, we'll let you know who it is.
It looks like...
We'll come to that in a minute, because Watson now has a chance to whip this one into the box. Only cleared as far as McCrory Irvin and Spartans were able to get their foot in the ball and build again. But here's a chance now for East Kilbride to break as Brady races away. Erskine there tries to play a neat ball through, however, isn't able to find anyone on his team, and it goes out for a throw-in. So the player that came on for East Kilbride there was number 14, Chris McLaughlin. Slotted in the left-back position. Obviously, that's the change that you were anticipating following the sending off of Tom Layton at the beginning of the second half. Ball along the line there to Baines. Clearance there. Perhaps not what he was looking for to Watson, but thankfully he found his man. And that's a ball forward looking for Atkinson, who's got a chance to take this ball in and drive to the line. He cuts that ball back, but nobody there this time. Very similar sort of ball that led to the equaliser. However, nobody in a white shirt on the edge of the box that time. East Kilbride able to get this one clear.
I wonder if Chris McLaughlin's actually going to be sort of filling in at that left back row. I think when...
Not quite sure what happened there, but...
Flying. They're all
Chris
flying
Erskine there with quite the... quite a unique touch there. Managed to leap over the sliding tackle of John Grant. However, Scott Maxwell did well to cut across there and clear that one away. We shout out to Poppy, who's watching at home. That's Maka that's asking for that one, so that's a wee shout out to Poppy. Hope you're enjoying the game, Poppy.
Good attack,
Mikkelsen, once again, opportunity with the ball at his feet to drive. Blair Atkinson in the box. He played just behind. It's a poor ball in the end, and nobody there for Spartans at all. Daryl Haley using his height there to bring that ball down as Michael Bolichevecki's playing on the right wing somehow. But
He's everywhere today, isn't he? It does look like McLaughlin's actually playing left back, and I think there was questions raised of whether Leighton was actually naturally playing a left back. I think he was more to the centre, and I think that's where he might have had issues.
Leighton was more on the right hand side in this first
Yeah.
half, so obviously the reshuffle there has taken place. Looks like Lewis Kidd has now gone. I know Lewis Kidd has been more right midfield, hasn't he? So he's almost sitting slightly deeper on that far side. Although it does look like East Kilbride are sticking with that back three for now. So far, Spartans not been able to quite create the chances, but here's another one for Jackson to try and get to the box. That's ricocheted off him, however, he's not able to get anything on it, and the ball goes behind.
On a
Corner kick. Much to the frustration of the East Kilbride fans to our left and players on the field, but the referee has awarded the corner kick and an opportunity here for Spartans to get it into the box.
Yeah, the players are obviously unhappy with that one, and they'll be even more happy if it creates an opportunity here for Spartans. He's hit it.
He flashes it across. Atkinson gets his foot on it, however, can't direct it towards the goal, and it goes just wide. That was a real chance for Spartans to find the second goal and take the lead.
That was that was a decent chance. Obviously, I think Bolo was a wee bit frustrated at the finish there when he put it in, but I should have probably should have done better.
So East Kilbride taking their time at the back. Launched forward now by Connor Brennan. The ball falls to Erskine, who's a lovely ball out wide there. An opportunity here. Great opportunity for East Kilbride, but the ball gets tangled up in the feet of kids. I tell you, much to the frustration of the fans once again, that there's no free kick given there. And Atkinson races away, however, the assistant's flag goes up on this near side. And that is offside.
It did look like he was getting a wee bit pulled back, but I don't think it was. Oh.
So not sure what's happening here. The remonstration says that it looks like Adam Corbett's getting pulled over to be spoken to by the referee, who's telling him to go away. Now, if he's speaking to Corbett for a foul, then why was no foul given to East Kilbride? Not sure what the referee was doing there.
It certainly looked like the East Kilbride player was getting pulled back there, but there wasn't enough in it for me personally. But
chance here though for East Kilbride as Erskine on the far side can whip this ball into the box towards the back post. However, it loops just wide and well ushered by Jamie Watson out for another goal kick to Spartans.
I think football's at a strange stage now, Cameron, because we have VAR and all this sort of stuff in the English Premiership. I think you see these sort of, I would say, soft decisions and everyone's screaming out loud and whatnot. But yeah, I don't think there was much in that. It's certainly not a penalty anyway.
A couple of comments about my microphone dropping in and out. Hopefully that might be a little bit better now. Do let us know your thoughts on the YouTube chat. Lovely touch there again by Erskine. Healy there under pressure from Bolo.
Again, nothing in that, you know what I mean? And they're shouting and screaming about it, but
there is indeed a lot of noise being made by the East Kilbride fans, although not an awful lot, as you say, Chris, in that one whatsoever. So, if anything, the experience of Bolo just showing exactly, why he is a very good centre half.
You don't want to fall out with people, but come on. It's a man's game,
So, ball now. Plays that to Watson. John Grant now. Just Spartans quite happy to be patient with the ball at their feet. Maxwell plays that forward looking for Atkinson. Turns it. Doesn't quite get the break of the ball that he was looking for. just over 20 minutes of normal time in this one left for someone to try and find a winner, prevent us having to go to extra time.
I should actually said it was a full contact sport game because obviously Spartans women very successful as well. So
that's fine. You've reflected on your comments and you've adjusted that. That's fine. We'll forgive you. Loose ball perhaps to the back, put his own defender under pressure, but East Kilbride able to just get that one away. Daryl Healy falling down under not an awful lot of pressure there, looking for fouls now, it feels like, from an East Kilbride point of view. Am I unfair in saying that, Chris?
You're just baiting me at this point, mate, I think. Full contact sport. It's getting a wee bit testy, obviously, at the moment because, EK are down to 10 men. Spartans look like they're getting more of the ball at the moment, so, EK will be a bit disappointed.
Spartans certainly getting more of the ball, but definitely need to create better chances. Not really created much of note on target in the second half. That was a lovely ball, though, that they were looking to play into Mikkelsen, however, just in front of him. Paul Mitchell from BBC Scotland chipping in. We can hear. They can hear us perfectly, which means that they've now got the option to turn us down again. Thanks for that, Paul. That was a slack pass by McCrory Irvine. There was a real opportunity there, but it was well read by East Kilbride, I guess, rather than it being slack. Spartans yet to find that decisive ball in attack that's really created that opportunity. Clever play there by Bolo, just stuck a foot out. Got enough contact on that one to disrupt Chris Erskine, who remains a consistent threat for East Kilbride in the second half.
I've been really impressed with Bolo this game. It's kind of what I think Spartans have been missing. In some games we've not really seen Bolo starting, and John Grant and Ian McFarlane. So I think sometimes it's good to praise the youth, but the experienced guys get you through games like this, and I think that's what we're seeing at the moment.
Hard work from Scott McCrory Irvine there as he's tracking back. Spartans trying to close down East Kilbride here. Though the visitors, a man down, still able to have a lot of possession in the second half.
I just noticed Chris McLaughlin's got 2 bits of tape around his socks. That's an interesting fashion choice for a footballer.
Gregor Woods tried to read that one, however McLaughlin's got just the nice break of the ball there that allowed him the chance to play that one to Brady. And there's a chance here as Erskine again trying to play that probing pass, looking for Healy. Spartans defence doing well to block that one off.
I should it's all the tape, I think. That one for Chris. Yeah, it's sort of tied down a wee bit, isn't it, at the moment? But I think both managers at the moment will be happy with this sort of pace. So
East Kilbride quite happy to stroke this ball around and make Spartans do the running in midfield. We talked about how fitness is going to become a factor as this game goes on. That ball left by Woods, though, that's allowed Healy to get onto that one, although Bolo Civecki once again using his strength and experience. Mikkelsen with the touch there, tried to get away. However, Hutton did really well to read that one, come across and break play up. Brady now looking for Erskine, who seems to be everywhere at the moment. Plays that one back to Healy's chance for him to take a shot at goal, and Baines has to come across, gets one strong hand to that one and turns it behind for a corner kick.
I think Healy actually done really well up against Bolo there. He was kind of backing into him, trying to draw the foul, but great save by Baines there.
Hard to tell from this angle whether or not that was on target, but Bain's taking absolutely no chances whatsoever. Gets a strong hand to that one. Makes sure it goes behind, but it is a corner kick now to the visitors, who continue to put Spartans under much more pressure than Spartans are putting onto them. Ball will be played in high into the box. Lots of heads up there. Baines comes up to call it. Comes down with it in his hands.
I've been very impressed with Matthew Baines. He's only played a handful of games, but obviously on borrowed at the moment from local amateur side Tolcross Thistle, who are not playing at the moment.
Indeed, a number of top amateur players have gone out on loan to some of the loan league teams because they are playing at the moment. So John Grant drives forward. This is Jones out on the far side. Maxwell on the overlap, giving him the option, but Jones decides to drive forward himself. Does really well to get to the byline, big and strong. However, as he goes to ground, pulls his man down with him and gives away a free kick to East Kilbride.
I think we're getting another East Kilbride substitution here.
Indeed we are, and it will be the goal scorer, Darryl Healy, that makes his way off.
Been really impressive, Darryl Healy.
And it will be Darren Smith that's coming on to replace him. So just 15 minutes of normal time here left, and you got to say, Chris, as things stand at the moment, extra time is looming large.
Well, well, a shout out to our friends at the Edinburgh Football Podcast, but my prediction was 2-2. So I'll be happy with that result. And I did say it would go to extra time, so.
Spartans. We talked about this before. I think there's been 6 games here ever between these two sides.
It's 7 overall and 5 draws, and then one win for Spartans, 1 win for East Kilbride. So
we should have seen it coming, to be perfectly honest.
Still time yet though, Cameron. I know you're eager to get out the cold, mate.
Oh, I've resisted the temptation to put my gloves on, but that's that's going to be changing soon. Blair Atkinson though looking to turn up
that's
the heat.
A rough tackle.
That was a big strong tackle there by Brady. And again, as Gregor Woods came in on the follow-up, an early chance now for Darren Smith to drive forward. However, Bolo Chavecki does well to come across and get that one clear.
That was a hard one there from Anton Brady. Fair, obviously, but a very hard tackle. And I think we're going to see a couple of changes for Spartans coming up soon.
As that ball goes out for a throw-in, it does look like there will be 2 changes coming up for Spartans.
Looks like Murrell.
Aaron Murrell and Keir Russell, it looks like, are the 2 players warming up on the far side. Maxwell who's going to play that ball forward, looking for Atkinson. Falls to McCrory Irvin with a chance to drive. He finds Meekison now. Chance to turn inside, which he does so, and hits the ball off the post. A great opportunity for Meekison there to try and find the winner. He'd beat the keeper, however, he couldn't find the back of the net. But now it's Chris Erskine at the other end who's driving forward, although Corbett does really well to come across there. Cries for foul from the East Kilbride fans to our left-hand side as John Grant was following Erskine all the way, but Corbett, the captain, came in, just took it off the toes. But this attack isn't over as East Kilbride now. That was substitute McLaughlin, try and get that into the box, however, it goes all the way through.
That was smart play from John Grant there, because, had it been me, I probably would have took him out there, but no, very, very smart play not to give away the foul there.
A chance now here for Watson to drive forward on this right-hand side. He stops still looking for options, plays that back to Woods. East Kilbride organised in defence, Spartans unable so far to find any great opportunities. Meekison, of course, did just hit the bar moments ago, has been the best one probably so far of the second half. McCrory Irvin tried to get clever there, but unfortunately that ball didn't quite land as it wanted. And Darren Smith in the end calls for a red to our side. The shouts from the side, perhaps.
That one was definitely a booking, that one.
Definitely a booking. Perhaps not the most impartial people sitting to our left-hand side here. I think, yeah, McCrory Irvine there got caught out, and the double substitution will be made, and it's Archie Meekison that's making way along with John Grant. On comes Aaron Murrell and Keir Russell.
Double substitution for Spartans, leave the field, number 11, Archie Meekison, and 9, John Grant.
Are you surprised to see Meekison go off there, Chris?
And 16, Aaron Murrell.
I'm actually more surprised to see John Grant go off, unless it's obviously he's fresh legs or whatever, but I think he's been brilliant. I think John Grant's been playing really well. I worry about Keir Russell because he has played that sort of DM role before, and he's not as confident on the ball. So to me, he's naturally a centre back, and he has been playing in midfield, and he's been caught out a few times. So could be a dangerous one here.
And it is East Kilbride in possession. Just over 10 minutes left of normal time here. That ball into the box is poor. It skips all the way through and out for a goal kick to Spartans.
And just on Meekison, Cameron, obviously I think it's hard to take Blair Atkinson off at the moment because he is playing really well. So
Charles Petty saying the boys calling for a red card need to calm down. Yes, I would imagine some of those shouts were picked up on the microphone.
It's definitely as I said, it was definitely a booking at least.
Keir Russell there with the pass across for Maxwell. Does really well to bring that one down. Chance to drive forward. Nice link up with McCrory Irvine. However, that ball was slightly too heavy and didn't give Maxwell the opportunity to get anything on it. From an attacking point of view, it's been a frustrating second half for Spartans.
Yeah, they've not created as much, obviously, apart from the chance where I think it hit the post. But it's I don't know if he's maybe just trying to sell it at the moment. Maybe sell and take it to extra time. And I think that the problem is EK are obviously a quality side, so they don't want to lose to a 10-man EK side. But
good play there from East Kilbride to close that one down. It was Baines that had to clear it out. He found Watson, and here's a chance for the substitute. But the flag goes up. Darren Smith cut that one across. To be fair, Matt Baines was out there quick and got possession of the ball. However, the flag went up on the far side, and it is offside.
That was it was a late call, but it looked offside from here. So, but good movement again by East Kilbride. I actually think I'm not actually sure what the sort of game plan is. In the sense, I think both teams are happy. Obviously, EK will be happy to get to extra time with 10 men, but Spartans, they don't want to lose it at this point against a 10-man EK side. So we're seeing it a bit settled. We're seeing both teams in possession and passing it around. So
Maxwell tried to play that one through just beyond the reach of a couple of Spartans players there. It was almost made its way through to Murrell there. Jamie Watson screaming for the ball out on the side here as Corbett drives forward, but plays that one back to Bolachevecki.
Oh,
slightly loose pass there, just beyond the feet of Keir Russell, but McCrory Irvine did well to get onto that. Murrell then takes a touch and plays it back. Jones out to Maxwell. Maxwell trying to get the ball into the box. Ricochets off a few players though, and East Kilbride able to get that one clear. East Kilbride sitting quite deep at the moment, looking very organised at the back, and Spartans so far not really having anything to break them down, though. Chance here for Watson if he can get something onto this, and he does so, keeps it in play, can get across into the box, ends up lashing that with the outside of his foot into the front post, and Connor Brennan has to react well to get down and save that one. Carries the ball over the line according to the assistant referee on the side, and it's going to be a corner kick.
I think that was a close one actually. I'm sure I'll be corrected in the replays, but I think he's unlucky there actually, the keeper.
Not sure that was a shot by Watson. I think that was a
I think he
cross-come
tried.
shot.
Yeah. I mean, of course, if he scored, it would have. He would be
Claimed
claiming it all day. Yeah.
But indeed, this is an opportunity for Spartans from the corner kick. They loop it high towards the back post. However, the ball ricochets off a few bodies and ends up going behind again for another corner kick, this time on the far side. Bolucevicki remonstrating with the referee. That's nothing new.
He's been quite tame, actually, this game.
For once, yeah. Another corner kick. This one's towards the front post. Bolucevicki having to use his pace now. Plays a good ball there for Wood. Back to Keir Russell. Tries to make space on this right-hand side. Does so really well. Chance to get a ball into the box. Plays it low. East Kilbride able to just get something on that and get it clear. Maxwell now looking for options. Plays a ball to Murrell. He does really well to hold it up. Tries to turn in the box.
That is a penalty.
That's a penalty! Aaron Murrell turned a couple of defenders there and was taken out. Well, that looked like a stone waller from here.
That was a penalty, yeah.
Referee did not hesitate and pointed straight to the spot. It will be a penalty for Spartans. It will be Scott Maxwell that's going to step up to take this one.
He's been playing well. He's been great this game, so hopefully he can put this one away for Spartans.
So, as we, in the 85th minute here, a chance for Spartans to do something here. Maxwell steps up and drives it low into the net. Brennan goes just the wrong way. 85 minutes on the clock. Spartans have taken the lead here. It's Spartans 2, East Kilbride 1.
Goal for Spartans scored by number 3, Scott Maxwell.
Absolutely delighted for Scott Maxwell there. I think he's been playing good.
Now, it's not necessarily the strongest penalty you've ever seen, but did exactly what he needed to do. He found the back of the net, sent the goalkeeper the wrong way.
Well, from the angle, I actually thought the keeper got something on it, but yeah, hard down the middle, I think so.
And it looks like there will be 2 more substitutions, 1 each, as it looks like Lewis Kidd has gone off for East Kilbride. And Blair Atkinson will be coming off for Spartans.
Is number 7 Blair Atkinson, replaced by number 5 Dan Moore.
So off goes Atkinson, on comes Daniel Bauer. As Maxwell will move up into midfield, Bauer will take up his position at left back. And for East Kilbride's number 2, Lewis Kidd, who's been a massive factor in this game today. Perhaps not as much so in the second half.
Yeah, one of the things about Scott Maxwell, it's been quite a battle with him and Lewis Kidd, but he's done really well in the second half, and I think Stephen Aitken's probably noticed that he's kind of losing against Scott Maxwell on that side. There's not much going on, so.
And indeed, it's Carol Wilkie that's come on to replace him.
I mean, it's always going to be tough with 10 men. The shape's probably a bit different.
Well, East Kilbride have certainly shown that they're dangerous and have remained dangerous throughout this game. So, with 4 minutes of normal time to go here, they'll be pushing forward now, looking for an equaliser to take this game to extra time. This is where Spartans are going to have to remain switched on and alert at all times. We've seen the danger that East Kilbride have been on attack. Spartans don't want to sit too deep on this one. Watson does well there to get ahead onto that one. Scott McCrory-Irvin now with an opportunity to drive forward, but the substitute Chris McLaughlin does well to read that, puts it out for a throw into Spartans. Keir Russell then gets something onto that, launches it forward. However, Stephen Old launches it straight back and gives East Kilbride the opportunity to get back in their way here. Stephen Bell now able to drive forward with the ball at his feet, although Gregor Woods did really well to read that one and intercept it, and a chance now for McCrory-Irvin to get something onto that ball. Tried to play the ball for Murrell. I think he thought that was still Archie Meekison that was on there, because there's no way Aaron Murrell was getting to that one.
It was the right idea. I thought she was there, yeah.
Certainly with both Archie and Blair now off, having been subbed off, the pace up front is not going to be there for Spartans as they look now to dig deep and hold on to this lead with just over 2 minutes left of normal time here at Ainsley Park. East Kilbride with a chance to get this one into the box. Bauer blocks that and it will go behind for a corner kick. And Chris, this is a great opportunity for East Kilbride to get a ball into the box.
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, they're missing Darryl Healy, obviously, who's went off, but it's still a big sort of physical presence in the box there. A lot of heads to aim at.
Ball's played in towards the front post. It's launched up in the air, and Bolocevicki has to do really well to read that one, get across, and head it behind with Stephen Old lurking at the back post there. Again, great experience play from Michael Bolocevicki.
Centre back versus centre back, the sort of stuff you like to see.
Well, it will be another corner kick here. Keeper comes out, does really well to get his hands onto that one. As we now make our way into the final minute of normal time here at Ainsley Park, Spartans with the 2-1 lead, looking to hold on to this against 10-man East Kilbride. Scott Maxwell's penalty in the 85th minute after Aaron Murrow was brought down is the difference between the sides, and that's a lovely ball there from Woods, which has given Murrow the chance to get into the box. He drives forward, gets the ball in, and somehow with the goal gaping, Scott Maxwell drives forward, could have put the game to bed, however, manages to find the hands of Connor Brennan. How did he miss?
I guess it's not hit the centre of his foot there. I'm not sure how that...
Well, it looked as though Maxwell was going to absolutely kill this game off. Aaron Murrow did really well to drive forward. It was a lovely pass, first of all, from Woods. Murrow with a great ball found Maxwell. The goal was gaping. The keeper was beaten. But Maxwell shot made it straight back to the man with the gloves. Unbelievable.
And now he can have a chance to...
Indeed, as we go into injury time here, substitute Chris McLaughlin launches that ball towards the back post. It's headed clear, but almost fell to the East Kilbride player at the back. And in the end, Sam Jones gets that one clear. Murrow again using his strength to hold that ball up. Plays back in. Maxwell plays it back to Bauer, and Bauer launches that one forward. Murrow trying to get something on it, however, it goes out for a throw until East Kilbride. It's nervy scenes here at Ainsley Park.
I heard a whistle, I don't know what that was. I don't think it was from the ref anyway, but there was a whistle there.
Adam Corbett does well to get up strong and get that, and Jamie Watson's going to come and clear that one. Hoof it all the way down, and actually Aaron Murrow is there. Aaron Murrow's going to have the opportunity to get his foot on this. Scott McCrory-Irvine now giving support into the box, but Murrow doing it all himself with the ball at his feet. Decides to take it on himself. Plays a pass over to McCrory-Irvine, who can now just stand up and take his time in the corner. Jamie Watson coming to give some support. But McCrory-Irvine taking his time out there.
Give the foul here, no.
Does really well with the ball at his feet. Ends up rolling it out for a goal kick though.
Throw-in.
The throw-ins. Yes, Sonny. Getting excited here. We've played a minute and a half almost of injury time. Of course, we're not indulged with things like fourth officials with boards that tell us how much is going to be played, so your guess is as good as ours.
That's an excellent point, Cameron. I should never thought about that.
The ball forward there, and Matt Baines does really well once again to come out and claim that one. Composure from the man in the Spartans' goal. So if you're watching, this is tense stuff here, but do share your thoughts on who you think man of the match is today. We'll be going to our co-commentator Chris Pow to get his thoughts. We'll do that at the full-time whistle if this game actually ends there, but let us know as things stand, who's been your man of the match so far?
There's a few choices, to be honest. I've been impressed with
and the full-time whistle goes! Spartans with another famous Scottish Cup victory against an impressive East Kilbride side. Darryl Healy gave the visitors the lead in the 5th minute before Scott McCrory-Irvine's brilliant equaliser in the 13th minute. Tom Layton saw his second yellow card just 2 minutes into the second half, which meant that East Kilbride played the rest of the game with 10 men. It took until the 85th minute for Spartans to take the lead. Aaron Murrow, the substitute, was brought down as he danced just inside the box. Scott Maxwell it was that put the ball on the spot, and he stroked it home to give Spartans the victory. He had another chance to seal the game just as the game went into injury time. However, with the goalkeeping, somehow managed to find the goalkeeper, which meant that East Kilbride still remained in this game. It was a nervy end towards this one. But we've done it so many times here at home. We've done it so many times at Ainsley Park. Spartans have won once again in the Scottish Cup and will progress to the first round proper. They're in the hat, Chris, and that is the most important thing.
Oh, what a fantastic victory. I mean, well deserved in the end. I mean, East Kilbride will be a wee bit disappointed. I think obviously going down to 10 did affect them in the end, but you can't take anything away from Spartans. And just before the full-time whistle was blown there, where you were mentioning man of the match, there's a few of them. Scott Maxwell for one, John Grant was impressive, Blair Atkinson, but I'm going to go with Bolo. I thought he was solid. He's not played every game this season. He was brilliant in defence today. He was everywhere, especially at his age, and I don't think he was booked either. So, you know, that's success there. So, no, Bolo for me, I think, was fantastic.
Well, we've lost pictures here because the cameraman sacked it. He's just shut down the camera, and he's away. He's off to party. He's off to party. Well, I can't blame him, to be perfectly honest. We really it's a frozen picture, but we'll keep chatting. A couple of comments here on Man of the Match. Charles, Keith Chalmers has said John Grant. You're
John
right.
Grant, yeah.
John Grant was tremendous today. Obviously came in, it was a single change to the game. Hovey Brown unable to make it through injury today. John Grant came in, first start in a while, did really, really well, disrupting that East Kilbride midfield. We talked about the experience in the visitors lineup. We talked about the teams for which that long list of, you know, that squad's played for. Spartans came into this absolutely no way were they the favourites. East Kilbride were tipped to win this one. Spartans showed great character after what was a difficult opening 10 minutes. East Kilbride on top all the way through, found the goal, and at that point I was worried, Chris. I thought it could be a long afternoon for Spartans, but they got themselves back into the game. John Grant was a massive part of that. But I think you're absolutely right. I think Michael Bolchevicki's experience this afternoon was the difference between the teams.
I agree, 100%. We have given so much praise to the younger guys like Archie Meekinson. I don't think it was a day for them. I think it was a day for experienced players. And you know, you would maybe expect the likes of Chris Erskine or one of the EK players who have so much experience to be the sort of top players in a game like this. But it was the experience of the Spartans players that won it for me today and won the game. Scotty Maxwell obviously putting the penalty away for the win as well.
Well, we've talked about it. For anyone that's been here, and we're so gutted that you weren't here to join us, but Walking on Sunshine by Katrina and the Waves has long been a Spartans theme, particularly when it comes to the Scottish Cup. It's not particularly warm, but indeed Spartans are walking on sunshine tonight. They've done what they've needed to do. They've progressed to the first round proper. And as we said, their names are in the hat. And we look forward to see where the draw takes us next, Chris. Let's hope it's not some Lowland League opposition. Because, good God, the best thing about this cup is meeting the teams you don't get to normally play.
A home tie would be nice as well, obviously.
Oh, right. Well, the camera's frozen. A few people pointing that out to us. Yes, the cameraman sacked it. He's gone. He's actually gone. He's in the time we've been chatting, he's packed up all his equipment. Anyone that knows Spartans, it's Grim O'Grady that's been doing our camera work today. Of course, Big Man City fan, he's away home to watch the Manchester Derby. So we can't begrudge him that. We thank Grim for doing the camera work. We thank Chris for joining us here today. We thank every single one of you for interacting on the live chat. We hope you enjoyed the game here today. We'll be back during the week. Of course, up next, another tough tie, arguably an even tougher one, against the behemoth that is Kelty Hearts. So join us on Tuesday night as we're back here at Ainsley Park. We hope to see you then. Until next time, though, thank you for joining us here on Spartans FC Live. It's been a pleasure. And here's to the next round of the Scottish Cup.